We'll call the Plan Commission meeting to order. Christie is excused absent. The rest of us are present. We have a quorum. Public comment? Good. Public comment. Everybody get a chance to look at the minutes from July 9th?
I saw nothing. If anybody else has got some comments, I would make a motion to approve the minutes from
I'll
July
second.
9th.
We got a motion to approve the July 9th minutes by Dan, second by Patty. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And James' alternate vote counts because Christie is gone. All right, certified survey map for Andrew Bartek on 28th Street. That is coming out of parcel number 1800167. Appears to be 6 acres. I believe that's the northwest corner of that parcel.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to get my direction.
I think that's what it looks like to me.
It's the strangest CSM I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Everything's upside down.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Great. It
Typically, I mean, this is the way it was
Right.
drawn,
Yeah.
but typically you would look at it like this,
Mm-hmm.
and 28th Street is upside down, North Arrow's upside down.
Did you notice also it includes the right of way?
That's what, yeah, you said it.
That was
included
that's the
right-of-way.
second one now that it's
Oh.
included that.
Yeah, if it includes the right of way, does that show up on his taxes that way?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's paying taxes on the road.
That's good. I mean,
In fact, I think Lorelai's letter states that 3/10
Yeah.
acre is cleared right away.
But does he understand that he doesn't own that?
I would think that that's common sense. Years ago, I don't know if you were on the board when we had discussed all that stuff, but years ago, most all of the legal descriptions went from the center of the road or
And included the road.
and included the road, and it was just the, I mean,
If you look down Hollywood, some of them do, some of them don't.
yeah, yeah, even on a lot of the, they can actually, I think they still can go into the treasurer's office and request an adjustment for the legal description.
Okay.
But yeah, it just seems strange that you would include the right-of-way in the survey.
And we found somewhere had an issue with somebody doing something and not saying they own that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan, what percentage of the 40 corners that are on the road versus off on the side of the right of way? Quite a few, or is that?
well, yeah, most all of the 40 corners or section corners, quarter corners are in the, would be the
On the
center
road,
road,
right
they're
Okay.
relatively close to the center of the road. I'm just trying to think of,
Mine is.
well, like, yeah, Millet, well, you're,
Mine is just a survey markers in the road.
yeah,
They don't have to be necessarily, but
what's
most
it,
of them are.
oh, you mean as far as the lot corners?
Yeah, no, the 40 corners.
Oh, 40 corners, well, it would be, most of it is, section corners and quarter corners. Mill Avenue would be a good example, 64th Street, actually, I think 28th Street is a, might be a quarter line. But yeah, you get out in, where most everything is a mile square or half mile square, almost every one of those is like the center of the road, center of the intersection, and all that stuff. Which they were easy to find back in the day that way, but Now the roads have been all reconstructed and they haven't replaced anything.
Yeah, with no,
I'm just not experienced with this exact little bit of nuance here and just thought, I think it's worth asking. Maybe it'll never come up again, or maybe it will, but with the property being owned by the Living Trust, Lloyd L. Ryman Living Trust owner, I mean, is that due diligence on the surveyor to confirm that prepared for Andrew Bartek that he's the correct, I mean, that's a surveyor's due diligence to make sure that this person's authorized to create this survey
That's
and
a
have
great-
this lot
that's a
split
great
on
question.
behalf of the trust.
Look on the backside.
Yeah, I think it tells you when you,
but that's a great question. I mean,
I just haven't
well,
seen
the
it. I don't see
survey
a
was
trust
made in
come
the
up.
direction of Andrew Bartek, but does he have authorization to survey
Is he the trustee
the
of the
trust?
trust,
Or
or is
the
it?
trustees?
I don't know if that's something we need to concern ourselves with or not. I'm just asking a question because first time I've seen it.
Yeah, great question.
Okay, so on the back, it's, where it's actually got the survey, map, it says Lloyd L. Freeman Living Trust owner. And I would think that being that they're, both the names are listed, if it would ever go to contention or to court, that both those names are on there. So I would generally think it's okay. If you want me to check that out, though, I certainly can do that. Because both sides have been
We're both in. Right there.
stamped by the surveyor's certificate, so.
I do see
there
that.
it is.
well, this doesn't transfer ownership anyway.
No, I'm not saying.
I know.
I'm just saying
Survey at the direction.
you can't go and get a survey done on my property and subdivide my property.
Right,
So something that's owned by a property that's owned by a trust, it's not always clear who has the authority to act on behalf of that trust as owner.
Right.
Whereas
trust
Adam Miller
is,
owns his lot, he can get a survey on his lot. That's pretty cut and dry. I just thought it was worth
sure.
asking. I mean, the trust would be pretty upset if all of a sudden the property that is owned by their trust got split by somebody that didn't have the authority to do it. Is on.
Would Wood County would that go through Wood County? They would catch that or not?
Sure.
Yes, but
More so than us.
that's a good question, though I agree with Adam. It's a question that maybe I should ask and bring back to the plan commission next time, so we are clear on how that is directed.
Go way down at the bottom on the left-hand side, the last little paragraph.
But doesn't that transfer property ownership?
Yeah. So, CSM doesn't transfer anything. They just,
Sale or transfer of property requires a recorded deed.
but yeah, I've never got involved with a trust with a different name on it.
I'll check that out for the next meeting.
What about Cody Jackson's, was that a trust last month?
No,
That'd be funny if it wasn't. I totally didn't have that same issue. I just.
no, it
It wasn't a trust, okay.
It's not trust, no. But
I
Lloyd
don't
Reamer
remember.
Living Trust, he could be dead, to be honest with
Right.
you.
There could be any number of
Because it's a living trust, so yeah.
Could be any number
It
of
could be any number of
circumstances.
things, yeah.
Chances are pretty good this person has the authority to do it. It'd be weird to try to split somebody else's land up when you don't stand to benefit anything because you're not transferring.
Yeah.
It's maybe a rabbit hole not worth going down, but
And it costs a lot of money.
Right.
So this Bartek haven't had to pay for that.
yeah.
But I'll check it out, that's a good question.
Do we want to approve this or what?
I have no problem with it other than that question, and I don't think that should prohibit from being.
Question for further education?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is to follow up on that, just so we know, and then,
I'll
I
check it
guess I
out
would
before the
entertain
board
a-
meeting too.
I would entertain a motion to recommend approval, pending Andrew's authorization to do so, I guess, right?
Yeah, or just the knowledge of that. Hey, that's not our. We don't. If it comes to us, it's
Right.
not our due diligence to prove that person owns
Yeah,
that
it just-
property or not.
It's just a CSM, it
Right.
doesn't do anything, I mean, But like you say, it'd be strange if somebody came in order to survey your property. If he wants to pay for it, I guess that's all right.
Kind of a nuisance for no reason.
Yeah.
Nothing accomplished. So yeah, I mean, with that I'm not making my motion predicated on us investigating that for the purpose of recommending approval or not. I would make a motion to recommend the approval of this certified survey map. Recommend that to the town board.
Okay, you got a motion by Adam,
I'll second it.
second by James, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, item number 6, town building updates. We have that on there as just a revolving thing to keep it in the,
Okay.
keep us all in the loop. I think, number 7 probably has to do with that as well.
Well, I can address number 6 first.
Okay.
So we have hired the architect, and he submitted his contract. We signed the contract. We gave him his down payment. He will be starting September 1st to show us how, with the input from all the staff of what everybody feels that they need to work with and how they would like to see it lined up. He is taking that and he will bring us back some plans that we can look at. I will take it to the staff to see if they have any flow problems, and then I'll bring it here with his input. And by the end of December, he feels that he should have a draft that we can submit to the state or to builders for bids. What I would like to do with that is take it to builders that are close by, a plumber, electrician, whatever we need, just to get a basic understanding what it's going to cost, and then bring it back to the plan commission. Then we can make a decision on whether we're going to remodel or build. Okay, so that's.
So is this for the building?
This is for the
remodel of
town
the building and the public, because it says public works.
That's the next one, but this is just
Oh,
for
that
the.
was just for the town
For the
hall.
town
That's just for
hall.
the town hall to
Okay.
see where we're going.
Okay.
Okay, now with the Public Works building, I also contacted all 3 of the architects and asked them for a bid because we have decided to go ahead and build a new building. So I asked them to give us a bid on what it would cost for an estimate to have the plans drawn up, because we're going to need those also. And the only one that responded was the one that we currently hired to do the town hall, and it's $14,400. I don't know, did I tell you the town hall was 17,000? Okay, it's 17,000. And that does not include the state submittal, which is an additional $700 for each building. So I guess I need recommendation to see if we want to hire that same architect. I did go back at the request of the Plan Commission. I went back and checked his references, called a couple different townships that he has worked with, and they gave him glowing reviews. One stated that he came in under budget. He answered his phone, and if he didn't answer his phone, they got a call back the same day. They said he was Johnny on the spot when they were building. He actually came in, and that's a rarity. When an architect designs, what the code says is that you have to have a design professional sign off when the building is built. But most design professionals, most architects don't even show up. They just sign off, thinking that everything was done right. But they said that this gentleman had stopped in and actually did look at the building. So I guess I'll need a recommendation if we want to hire this architect to do the Public Works building also.
So are you looking to, if you do that, looking to build these things in 2026? Or do these renovations in 2026?
So we should get the plans back in December for both options, for the Public Works building and then for the town hall. I am not looking at a time frame. The problem is next year we have 4 elections. So trying to remodel that in between the elections is going to be difficult. But no matter when we do it, we're going to be in an election. So the spring election and the fall election, or the November election, are the 2 main elections. And then we have one in August, and I don't know what the other one is. But Paulette said if we can miss the April one and the November one, that's good. But she doesn't want to have any elections here if we can manage it. But there is no way to manage that. We're gonna
You
have,
mean in here?
yeah, we're gonna have to do an election in here. That's the only place I can think of that we can do it. We're trying to decide if the August one is gonna be bad. We know that Evers is done, so we don't know if that's gonna be a bad
That's what I was
thing.
wondering, what are the election, I mean, what
Yeah.
is the August election, governor then?
Yeah. So, we might have to just suck it up and do it in here, and it might be a
Well,
pain.
it'll be like a presidential election, and a lot of people can
They
vote
can
early.
vote early, and we
Yeah.
did have a lot of people voting early for the last election. So we are considering that. The other thing is that for the Public Works building, we need to start as early as possible in the spring. Either next year, or the year after, or whatever we do, it's gonna have to be spring, because I don't want the guys to have to go through a winter somewhere else. I'd rather they went through a spring and a summer and a fall here. I did talk to the architect, and we were considering doing it in stages, but it causes way too many problems with the contractors to do it in stages, to relocate and then use half. And so the only thing that we can think of is using one of Al Wenzel's buildings, and I bring his name up because he's always building them, and there's vacancy, to house some of our stuff. So those are all considerations. I'm not sure when we get the bid or the paperwork, the plans, we have to look at them, decide what we're gonna do, and if we decide to remodel, then that's pretty set. We can take it to the townspeople, and we can decide to do that, and we can start the paperwork and funding, and if we decide to go ahead with it. Public Works, we've already kind of decided we're gonna do that, and I was thinking we should wait and take them both to the town at the same time instead of doing one and then come back and doing another one, because I think that would just upset the people and it mix them up, confuse them. So the other thing is that I kind of took it upon myself. The building that we're building is going to be a little different size than the Public Works that we currently have, based on the plan that was provided from Keller. If we bring that building this way, I'm talking towards the parking lot, and even it up with the town hall, I think visually it will look nicer. Plus, maybe at some point down in the future, they can be connected from the kitchen, or what is now the emergency services, to the back of the Public Works, if in the future that becomes an item. The one thing that's stopping it right now is the well is there, but we're not sure we can utilize the well. And if we can, I looked it up, and there are no setbacks anymore for wells. So bringing it forward just makes more sense, just for the look of Saratoga. So we're working with that. We have had some problems with the septic this week. We had to have it jetted out. Yeah, that was a $250 charge, but it is what it is. So we're just kind of inching along until we kind of know what we're going to do over there.
Okay.
So I'm sorry I can't give you a better answer, Patty, but I don't know.
No, that's okay. But if you did both the architect plans, it's not like if you did one in 2027, it's gonna be,
Yeah,
you could still use those same plans.
Right.
I mean,
and yeah, right,
it's
yeah.
not gonna make those.
Actually, now that you brought that up, the ICC, International Code Council has met, and they have brought in the new commercial code. It's changed, and it changes effective October 1st. I'm going to schooling for it next week, I think. A lot of the changes, I think, are going to be energy changes, just based on what's going on in the world right now. I don't know that there will be a lot of structural changes, but our architect is building it for the new code, so.
We've this group's identified, and everything we've looked at, we've talked about probably the most time sensitive need. We know that public works building isn't going to
Getting better.
It's past its useful life, I think, is what we've already identified. And so if we're going through working with an architect right now and they're going to be on site and working on this project, to not have those plans for that building also prepared at the same time seems kind of silly to not get it all planned out at once. I know there's obviously a cost. It's not a small cost associated with hiring an architect, but number one, I think that's got to be also looked at. And I would also say that the likelihood of getting a good set of plans in December and having bids back and be able to break ground in the spring of 26 I don't think that's going to happen. I think realistically, we need to be fair to the community and fair to everyone in this process, that it should probably be expected that if the goal is to start in the spring of one year and wrap it up before the winter, that it would have to be 27. That's just my opinion in working with contractors, and I could be wrong, but it would feel like a really huge rush to get plans in December and have ground broken in the spring.
I would agree with that.
Do you think that doing the town hall is feasible if you have the plans by December and do that in 2026?
I think at that point, then you're presenting it in 2 stages to the public, which is,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't be done, but then that's kind of the reality, is you'd have to focus on the one thing first and making sure we have, the right support for that project.
Yeah.
I still think that's pretty rushed.
Well, yeah, and
we
we know
meet
how
once a month
contractors
and
book up a year in advance now. It's crazy.
The contractor for the Public Works building is gonna be a lot easier to nail down and get faster than the remodeler.
Yeah.
Because the remodeling will take several contractors.
Right. And
The building, if you go through, I don't know, Cleary or whatever, once they give you a bid, they have their own contractors that they like working with. And you really don't want to go outside their window, because they know what their contractors can do, will do, their timeframes. And
you're talking public works now.
I'm talking Public Works, yes.
Yeah.
So that one's gonna be the easiest one to schedule, but I think Adam is right. Trying to get it done in 4 months, I don't know that you could get any bid back but the idea with having the plans is that we can get it out to the community and tell them
That's what I was gonna say. Could we present it to the community once, but say like the town hall is stage 1 or phase 1, and Public Works coming in 26 or 27 or whatever, would be like phase 2. Could we present it once to the community and like as a whole project broken out?
Yeah, and we don't even know what we're working with yet, so.
that's a fair point, though. I mean, the town hall remodel doesn't have to start right away in the spring. That could start in the fall of next year,
Right.
theoretically. And
Yeah, I don't wanna rush either project, but I'd like to present it to the town as a whole project, you know?
Yeah. But as far as it being on the agenda tonight, and good that we're actively seeking out and understanding what it'll cost and what the plans would look like to remodel the town hall, because I think we've all said that was,
Right.
we all wanted to see what that might look like and it'd be a better use of dollars for what you're getting. And so tonight, in order for number 7, do you need a motion to
Yeah, I would-
recommend that we proceed with hiring an architect to also also prepare plans for the Public Works building?
Yeah, I would entertain a motion for that.
I got a couple questions.
Yes.
First, because
Nice.
I'm going back. Last I understood when we were talking about all this, there was a consultant here, and she went through the buildings, from what I understand, and she was going to also go look at the Public Works. I have to get clarification on this. Are we hanging on to the existing Public Works as cold storage, or are we dismantling that?
Dismantling it.
Okay. Because I thought she was gonna go through that.
She's a
and
structural
check.
engineer and,
Yeah,
yes, she did.
okay.
But the problem was that the recommended changes would cost as much as putting in a new building. I mean, because if we're gonna remove the skins, repair the structural, and then replace all the outside skin, and bring in new heaters and new lighting and new plumbing, cut up the floor and put in a new floor and floor drain. I mean,
But that's cold storage, so we could just use it as is.
well,
shouldn't
then we
to
don't
make
have a
all
place
those-
for our new building
Okay,
unless,
because I'm still trying to, I didn't know we
Okay.
were eliminating that.
okay.
And I didn't know that was off the table, that wasn't.
I
gonna be
thought it
used as
was,
some
but
sort of-
if
I
I
didn't-
misunderstood, then,
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. And then Gordy had some work he was going to do, and do we
He
have
did.
any of that?
yes, he did, and it was presented to both, for both buildings.
Okay, but we don't have that as a board here.
The only thing that what changed was the size of the office for the Public Works building to incorporate it into a lunchroom. So it's all one room. That was the only thing that changed.
Okay, but he drew up some plans, or,
No, we used the ones that Keller had
okay,
because
So
it
he
it
looked
was,
at Keller's plans and just
yeah,
modified the
and just
size.
modified, instead of having so many walls and doors, we just had one big room. Since we only have 2 Public Works employees, and if we ever do have more, adding that one wall was no big deal. It just made them a bigger room for.
And that was on the back of like where the EMS is, right?
Yes, that's where it will go.
did he draw any up? I mean, did Gordy draw anything up, or?
He
to
just
scale or
modified
anything?
that one plan.
Okay,
I can get that to you if you want, but it's no different than the one that you have from Keller,
okay.
other than taking out that one little wall. Do you still have that, or do you want the
I've
new?
got the Keller stuff, but I don't know which one it is.
Okay. I don't know that you guys even had a plan for that public work. It wasn't given out.
Well, it depends on what variation it was.
No, there was only one for public work.
Okay.
I mean, one floor plan
For the office, you mean?
for the public works building.
Okay.
There was only one floor plan.
It must have been this one then, but, yeah.
I can tell. Okay, you're gonna see my butt in here.
Guessing it is.
Yes, that's it. So what they did is took out this wall here. So they took out that wall and just gave a little more room to the tool room.
Okay.
So this became a little bigger room, and then this enlarged their tool room. That was all.
Well, I'm a resident, and the first thing I'd want to know is what's wrong with the existing municipal building for not using it for cold storage, I guess, is that we couldn't keep equipment in there.
I
Without
didn't-
making a whole bunch of updates, I don't know.
Okay, I
Not to
guess,
work out of it, but for using it for storing equipment, trucks, or, well, not necessarily trucks, but anything.
okay.
I guess,
So
Other
you're,
than-
you're a resident that understands that there needs to be a new public works building, but wants to know why the old
Well,
building needs to be tore down to
yeah,
accomplish that?
yeah, we're gonna get that question,
And the,
I think.
is the answer to that question, then where do you put this new public works building without, gumming up the property in a way that if the building's eventually gonna become obsolete even for cold storage, then you sacrifice the right location temporarily. I think that's
That's
short
part of
term.
it. Also, we still don't know where your floor drain goes in that building. We still have to
I think
investigate
That was one of the major concerns was the floor drain.
Yeah.
So something has to come out of there, so you're gonna put maintenance money into it either way.
I thought the discussion was that in the town of Saratoga, we are so water conscious and
Yep.
groundwater conscious that the pollution that's coming from that floor drain was a very big concern, and that's why, one of the main reasons that building was going to be eliminated. In fact, in talking to the architect, once that building is eliminated, we will be testing the ground underneath it to see how much is contaminated.
That, and because we don't have blueprints on it, we don't even know if the steel structure sits on the proper footings.
That's a fact. And I'll have to give kudos to Tom. He was doing some cleaning in the town hall, and he found another set of blueprints for the town hall, which are extremely readable. So I was able to give that to the architect. So it was a really excellent find.
But as far as the public works goes, if you walk through it, you can see
Yeah,
a lot of the damage you would have to fix in it.
yeah. I think it would be very cost prohibitive to fix it. But That's my own opinion, and I thought we had this discussion, but if not,
And I remember part of that discussion being the building we use for cold storage now was basically in better shape than the
adequate.
Public Works building itself, and that we could continue to use that section for like a little bit of rearranging in there. That could be used for, continue to be used for cold storage.
Makes sense.
okay,
So you're talking about basically cutting that building in half, take half of it down? Or are you gonna take the whole thing down?
whole thing.
The whole
Whole
thing?
thing.
The Public Works building, the whole thing.
The whole thing, okay.
That's what I understood that we were
Because there
doing.
is some cold storage in the backside there, some too, so.
Yeah, behind it in that fenced area, we plan on keeping that.
That's separate building.
Yeah. But I still need a recommendation, so I had a motion, I needed a second, before I can take it to the board.
That was for the architect for Public Works? I'll second that.
That was
So mine was the first.
It sounds like it.
I just made I'm happy to have it be the first. I just wanted to, at the time I was just making sure I knew what we were accomplishing. So
Okay.
that yeah.
So you-
the minutes will reflect and it was
your motion
yeah.
is to recommend
that
the-
we engage and hire an architect, the same architect that we're already engaged with to do the town hall plans, that we also engage them to simultaneously produce plans for a new public works building that we can then put out, that we can hopefully have by the end of the year and work on getting bids and presenting to the public.
All right, that is Adam's motion, second by James. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, zoning ordinance review. We are starting on page 77.
I don't even know where mine went.
Section 16.
I keep everything in this.
No, I need to get organized, I guess.
And Dan, you are,
I am
You are
up.
up.
Huh? Okay, section 16.1, fourth line down. It says something about persons to obtain other necessary, what is that word?
Farrell.
Is that a cat?
It should be federal, federal, shouldn't it?
Yeah, federal, yeah.
Thank you.
I was wondering where the kitties were coming from.
I did have spell check on, but apparently
Oh, Farrell's the word.
Farrell is a
Well, yeah, it's a word.
Thank you, dear.
Didn't really know where it fit there.
State, local, Farrell, they all the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Farrell, Farrell.
yeah, there you go. Exactly. Then 78, way in the bottom, I note 12. Actually, 12 is on the next page.
What is on this page?
All right,
The note 12 is on the next page, right, in issued of zoning permit number 12.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
And that's it.
that was on the next
Oh.
page.
Yeah, so note 12 would be on the bottom of 79.
Yeah, but I would assume that's where it should go.
Oh, this is supposed to
Got
be
it?
over here.
And I'm down to 16.5.6. The second line
Okay,
is date of issuance of, I guess it does work, doesn't it?
1 year from the date of issuance of construction.
has not started?
From the date.
Yeah, it's something up there. Isn't it?
If, should it be if construction is not
You
started?
should, permit shall expire
Year
when
from
you.
the date
If
of-
construction is not started
Yeah,
within that
yeah.
time?
Of
Yeah.
construction is,
Should be a period after.
Yeah.
There's something wrong there.
no, I would think, yeah.
Yeah.
If construction is not started within that time, instead of with that time,
Mm-hmm.
Be within.
as well. Yeah.
Yep, I had the with underlined.
okay,
And then the next line down, the second to the last word is the same, I think. See that?
Furthermore, shall expire construction once started, comma, does not diligently proceed to completion with 2 years, within 2 years
So
of the
within,
date of issuance. So it should be within instead of with? Is that what you're saying, Dan?
Yeah, I'm just,
Okay.
And we'll read it.
in-
Arlena.
There should be a comma after started, and then does not diligently proceed to completion within 2 years from the date of
Oh,
issuance.
Instead of just with, yep.
Okay, got it. I must have been getting tired.
well, that's the only thing I see on that page.
Okay,
Way down on the bottom of page 80, on D, I got a note says, notice time.
So you're thinking the 30 days is not?
I don't know, I just had the notice time, I don't know if that,
oh, you wanted to know how long it has to be noticed?
yeah, I think if that's,
Public hearing?
like class 1 or class 2 notice, I don't know if that's what I was meaning or not, it's
Okay,
been
right?
a long time ago.
You were prepared last month.
Well, yeah, maybe.
the public hearing. After, a class 1 or class 2 public hearing? Or no, after a public hearing and required notice, after required notice and public hearing.
I mean, that might be even something that doesn't have to be there.
Yeah, I mean, is that assumed that in order to hold a public hearing, there has to be a certain
There is a
notice?
class 2
But
notice.
that
Well,
doesn't
yeah,
necessarily
Public hearing
mean,
has to be noticed, so.
Yeah,
but does that need to be in the,
Yeah, does that have to be there? I don't, probably not.
no, because we would probably tell them.
Yes.
Okay, and they have to pay for it, so, yeah, okay. Oh, E says they have to hold a class 2, it's got class 2 notice, so
Okay.
it does continue, okay. Great.
Just didn't read far enough. I had a mark, but I got it crossed out, so I don't see anything on 81. 82 is some class notice, right on the top. Public hearing notice, public hearing shall be published as a class notice.
Oh, class,
Class 1 is.
there should be a space, okay.
Well, is there a, oh, I see.
Got the
Very
ones,
good.
it's got spaced out.
I got it. Okay,
I don't see anything more on there. Don't see anything on 83 or 84. $17.1. In any zone?
So, yep.
I don't know what that is.
Is that like a stone?
It's like a zone only.
Zone? If anybody sees anything else, jump in. I don't see anything on 86. 87. And how far did I go? 18, 19, I don't remember.
That should be,
I think I had 19,
218.
20, and 21.
Yep, you got 19.
So you start on page 87, right?
Got it?
I believe so. And I did not see anything on,
I did. 19.2, right away needs quotation marks. Okay.
oh, yeah, there we go.
Right there, yep.
It's tricky.
And I capitalized the W on right away in the last sentence of that same.
So you're not.
Okay. And I don't know what panned means.
I did not either.
I'll look up.
Land for construction.
Would it be planned?
I think it might be, but
I don't know how that.
Land would make sense.
Or
Yeah,
any road
planned.
that has been dedicated and accepted by
Missing L.
planned or constructed, which is designated. So you could, yeah, it could be a road that's planned on a town official map and just not constructed.
Like
Yeah,
future use,
could be.
future land
I
use.
think that makes.
okay.
You did have a short section, didn't you? Not that I should. I mean, I did too, but
No, wait. If there's supposed- Well, I guess that's your section, but
yeah.
there's supposed to be a space here. I think that's what we're still doing.
You had no other corrections?
Yeah, just to get clarification on, is it planned or canned?
You still looking back at the old one?
No, I got it.
You
Planned.
ready? Okay. All right. So,
So,
page.
yeah, nobody else seen any,
Oh, God.
nobody else seen anything on Angie's section? I didn't see anything.
Nope.
Alright, Adam,
Yep, section 22 on page 90 is where my area started, and as Angie just brought to my attention, the heading parking requirements probably should have a space before the purpose is identified. It's just a formatting thing.
Okay.
So then in 22.11, talking about minimum size requirements for parking spots. Just my question is, when we're talking about non-accessible parking spaces, I assume we're talking about parking spaces that are just regular and not handicap accessible? Is that what that means?
Right.
Okay. It says that they'll have a minimum of 180 square feet and that they'll be not less than 9 feet by 18 feet. That's the general comment. Well, that's 162 square feet, 9 by 18. So if it allows them to be 9 by 18, but not, so I don't know if we want to change that to 10 by 18, or if that, I don't know, maybe it doesn't, maybe it makes sense and I'm not thinking about it the right way, but.
No, I'd say you're thinking about it the right way.
So I don't know which one should change, if the minimum square footage should be changed to 162, which would be what 9 times 18 is?
Would you mind if I checked?
Sure.
There is a requirement in the building code, so I'll check that out.
Okay. Yeah, I just think we probably want it to be consistent and
Okay.
mathematically accurate. And then just whatever it ends up being, if we keep it the way it is, parking spaces shall not be less than 9 feet in width and 18 feet, or we either need to take out the not or put not less than 18 feet in length, because the way it reads right now is,
Okay,
And
I'll
not-
take out the word not.
yeah, so not less than 9 feet in width and 18 feet in length. I think that would read great. Then moving down to the next paragraph, you'll see the 20 kind of in the middle to the right, not less than 20, and then it says 50 yep. And that's describing additional requirements for the parking lot. I had a note here that says, what about 21 to 50%? So if an existing structure or use with fewer than the number of parking and loading spaces required under this section is expanded by less
And 20%?
than 20% of its gross area, additional parking shall be required only for the addition. However, if however the expansion is greater than 50% than the original structure, then the number of parking spaces required shall comply with this section. So my question is then, what about if it's between 20 and 50%? You guys understand where I'm going?
Yeah.
Okay.
49% you could get away with it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Less than 20%, yeah, what if it's 35?
Right. It does. So we're leaving a gray area there that I think
Yeah.
most people are going to go, well, gosh, I am expanding my building by 30%, and it doesn't tell me what I need to do. So maybe it was supposed to be, if under this section you're expanding it by less than 50%, then it's maybe it was never meant to be 20.
Right.
Oh,
Maybe it was
Yeah,
meant to be
50.
less than 50 or greater than 50, and it's black and white.
Right?
Yeah,
That
that
could
would
be.
make more sense.
Okay. So
Yep,
So that's what we'll do is we'll change the number to 50. So if it's less than 50,
Straight to 20.
it only has to be required for the addition, and if it's greater than 50%, then the entire all of it
I
has
would
to
say that
comply.
would,
That would make more sense.
And there wasn't meant to be a range there.
Right.
A 20% addition in some cases is pretty minimal, and
right.
it'd be weird cut off. So yeah.
okay, Adam, can you tell me again what you said?
Yep. So for 22.12,
Got it?
we're gonna change the number
Yep,
to 50 so that it matches. And then the way that reads is that, hey, if you're expanding it by less than 50% of its current gross area,
okay,
then
You
the additional
only-
parking is only required for the addition.
okay,
But if you're expanding it by greater than 50% of the original structure or use, then you need the number of parking spots must comply. You're not grandfathered in with less parking or whatever at that point. You've effectively
Double.
increased the size again by. So, then really what else I saw in this in the majority of cases is anytime there's a number followed by the word in parentheses, there's usually a space by most of them, except for a couple. So at the bottom of 91 in G, in the middle line it says 1 parentheses 1 space per 2 parentheses 2. There's just a spacing thing there between 2 and 2.
still,
No, so like between the number and the word, everywhere else in the whole thing you've got a space between the number and the parentheses throughout the whole thing,
Oh.
except for just a couple spots.
okay,
And that number 2 in that letter G is one of them. On the next page in letter L, there's a number 3 with the word after it that's tightly spaced or not spaced.
okay,
And I didn't see anything material on those 2 pages besides those little spacing issues. And then on the last page,
I was probably just excited to get to the end.
yeah, no, it's read pretty
Okay.
good. On the last page, under 23.6.2, fines and forfeitures.
Not less.
Yep, on the 4th line, starts with not, should be less
Yes,
than 5,
Oh, so I see.
comma, not more than 1,000, comma, and then lowercase f for each violation period. So I think that
okay,
is it for what I saw.
I did see a couple things myself.
Tell me.
A lot of times after the word purpose, I use semicolons, and then some places I use periods. So I'm gonna go back and take a look at that.
Oh, I got you. Like after I
Yeah.
see what you mean.
Yeah, I'll go back.
Under the
and
heading, section
take a
heading.
look at that. And then I have Rob's, and I don't have Christie's. Hers is the only one I'm missing then.
Okay, and you sent all your pages, but just the ones with the writing on it were the ones that needed to be changed, right?
Right.
Okay, then you figured
Got it.
that out?
I got
Alright,
it.
so you need Christie's and mine.
Oh, yours too?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Did you want anything from us?
No,
You've
'cause I
got-
was doing them as you were
Okay,
talking.
very good, thank you.
And then Christie told me last night that she completely forgot to scan her corrections to me.
Okay,
She was gonna get them to me and then I was gonna send them to you, so
okay,
when she scans those, I will send them over to you.
perfect. And I will have it
I'll send you
completed
mine.
and give you guys all a copy next week,
Okay.
or next month, sorry.
Alright.
Wow, I thought we were gonna be here till 10 o'clock.
For the, we were last month. weren't
We stayed pretty late.
Was-
I
yeah.
was last month. I was kind of kicking the table,
Does
trying to get
anybody,
attention.
does anybody know how many pages I had to go through?
I don't,
You want me to
but
say
you have
that
a
again? I kept track of everybody's pages. The next time we do this, I will be looking at the document before I sign it.
Sorry, John.
No, that's all right.
You didn't have an argument except you picked up.
Yes, exactly. See, he's the one that assigned everything. He's only got one person to blame.
And after reading my section, I'm like, I'm glad I didn't stick anybody with this. Like, I'm glad it was me. All right,
It was a long section. So.
item number 9. Information or announcements from PC members. Adam, got anything?
No. If anything comes to mind, I will circle back.
All right, Angie?
Got nothing.
Dan?
I'm just gonna review some of the things that we had from last meeting.
Okay.
And most of it's on your side.
Okay,
The storage building with all of the things going on over here,
oh, yes,
Unit 6.
we have the attorney looking into that.
Okay, I don't remember what night it was, but I was coming back from a race from someplace and there was a guy sitting in a lawn chair out in front, probably drinking beer and thinking about what he was gonna do next. But anyway, and I haven't seen anything there since, so.
I would like to read the letter that I wrote to him, if that's okay.
Sure.
And then I will tell you the response.
Somebody might be on the back side of that building. I see a lot of activity in the next building back. You can't see it from the road,
Right,
but you can see
yeah.
people are back there.
Well, he's supposed to have cameras up. He says he's got cameras, so.
Yeah, he don't care.
Apparently not.
He's
Camera's up. Nobody knows the password to get into it.
Yeah.
though.
He's newly married. What can I say?
Let's see if we
Probably
can
got
figure it
better
out.
things. Let me see if I can find. Okay, here it is. So I sent this out July 17th, before. Cameron, last night at the board meeting, 2 of the supervisors had received complaints about car repairs being conducted in unit number 6. Could be 8, because I wasn't sure. This is, either way, it's the second door from the left. One of the complainants stated that the door was wide open and that he had a parts cleaning station that was being utilized. As you know, most times a parts cleaning station requires a flammable liquid to clean parts. I have copied the fire chief for this area to follow up with you. If we receive one more valid complaint, we will consider revoking your business permit per the town board's recommendations. And then I signed it. He sent back, I'll look into it, and the gentleman is leaving. So, I personally haven't seen anything going on there, but I don't usually go the highway, I usually go Z. So if anybody does see anything going on, please let me know again.
Yeah, I wish I'd have made note of the date that I came by.
I seen there were a
And
couple
I know-
trailers out there the other day.
Well,
One
there's
of them has no deck.
there's one sitting parallel to the road, right?
There's no
over
deck
there.
on it.
There's nothing on it. I thought it was a car carrier or something, but anyway. And I think that's associated with that.
Yeah.
Who said there was something going on behind it? Which one of you guys said that?
I
You
did.
did.
It
Carl?
seems like there's a lot of activity between them two buildings lately too.
Okay.
So if there's somebody else maybe doing that on
Well, I know he was putting up another building.
Yeah, I think they're all done.
I did get a picture of Lorelei one night when I went by
Oh, you got a
of
picture?
the inside,
Nice.
July 22nd.
Look, could you forward that to me at work? The more
Boy.
logging I can do, the better off we're gonna be.
So
Josh might be able to help
we actually witnessed like car repairs going
Yeah,
on, right?
Yeah.
and
So
I've
this-
seen them,
In
but
this
it's,
picture is,
it's hard to-
like I see a four-wheeler there. Right.
Two 3-wheelers.
I mean, somebody could argue that they're just fixing their ATV, maybe.
Yeah, fixing their
own
tires or
personally,
something.
but
They got a workbench, there's two
yeah,
guys
what
in
I
there
seen was a
working. They're not-
workbench, and I seen power tools being operated. Now, yeah, there's battery
So
operated
you're
power
driving by
tools,
at 55 miles an hour and you see that?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, no.
I slowed down about
Yeah,
10
I mean,
yeah.
I've
minutes
seen
just
it,
to
but
take a
I'm
picture.
like,
Yeah,
I'm not really
and
looking.
it's
I
hard
can
to
really
take
tell
a
what's
picture
going
when
on.
you're
was-
driving.
I was fairly certain I drove by and saw like lighting from a welder one night. And by the time I turned around, the door was closed.
And that is, yeah, we've addressed that with them. So, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure how much authority we have to pull a business license. I'm not sure what the process would be, because we've never done it before.
Well, at least you're out there,
Yeah,
the owner is getting
yes.
letters. You're
Yes.
rattling his cage, you don't like
Yes,
that.
and the fire chief did go tell him that he was going to set up a meeting to go through the units. So the fire chief can't go on site and open all the units, but he can have the owner meet him there and go through them. So that's what Mike Harchie is going to do, so just to let you.
Does Harchie have that, or does?
Yes, it's Harchie.
That's the Harchie side, okay.
Yeah.
I have one more, the sign at Peterson's, the open at 8 o'clock,
There's two of them.
there's two of them, yes.
Still there?
Yes.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
yesterday.
Oh, yes, they're there.
Okay,
Saw them this afternoon.
I did not send him anything on those, so I will take care of that.
Well, they're connected to the power poles.
Yeah, they're,
The
Yeah, and
signs
he,
are connected to the power.
yeah,
they're
he's got a
stapled.
2x4
Yeah.
holding up a 4x4 piece of plywood, and it's nailed to the power pole.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have a sign permit.
And isn't
well,
there a
they're in the
sign
right of
there?
way.
Pardon?
They're in the right of
And
way.
they're,
Okay.
yeah, and the signs
He-
are in the right of way.
He has the one sign permit for the first one, right?
Isn't there a big sign? I was looking at
I'll take a
the,
look and just follow up with
but I
the
thought
signs.
there was, actually metal, H-beam posts there. Holy
He's
shit.
going.
I hope he slows down at the stop sign.
Yeah, that's not a good intersection to go through.
All right,
I see somebody knock the sign down again today.
oh, what else you got for me?
Thanks Josh for bringing up the Jake break at the meeting. I saw that.
Okay.
And,
Um,
it's not gonna do any good.
right. Doug had a valid point that maybe we should visit with that resident. Cause there's one in particular that's making the most noise
Oh, is it?
around here. Maybe sending him a letter, just saying, hey, you know, just to be clear, there's a Jake
Did
break.
Brian say anything?
Brian wasn't
Brian
at the
wasn't
meeting, I
there.
talked to Brandon.
Oh, darn, okay.
Well, while we were sitting here tonight, one just did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were,
Um,
yeah.
That was a
Oh.
local towner, that wasn't a local one.
Make a
Possibly a letter to the resident, and I don't know the actual address, but I can
You
get
can
that.
tell, you can get it to me
Yeah,
tonight,
I can
let
get
me
you
know
that.
who the resident is. Okay,
Is,
perfect. I'll send a letter.